The criminal activities of Naimark Law Firm in 2020. Please feel free to pause and read. It was now Naimark Law's turn to complete its deception. Ryan Naimark and Courtney Madison, 2019 to 2022. 2020. January, February, and March 2020. February 1st, 2020. Okay, I told you I kept sending emails, you know. At this point in time, I've been getting assistance from a friend in putting things together, right? COVID did not exist as yet, all right? So all these emails that I had written, it was assistance because I could only use my left hand, okay? So to Ryan Naimark, and I said, dear Mr. Naimark, okay, because of the motor vehicle accident, I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain. So then it was early in the morning. I texted Ryan Naimark, and then he said he's not a doctor. I only tested him to let him know that I got denied by the insurance company, and here I am suffering. I can't sleep. I'm in a lot of pain since the motor vehicle accident. So at the point in time, early in the morning, maybe it was about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I let him know that I'm still up in pain. All right. So he said he was not a doctor. So I put it in writing to him, as you can see, to Ryan Naimark. I said, I knew you were not a doctor. I was just trying to tell you that since July 2019, 2 accidents later, that I have not received any assistance from the doctors and have sleepless nights in pain. I had asked several times for a pillow and other items to assist with sleep and around the house, but I've been ignored. My life has been further disrupted because of the accidents, okay? Please feel free to read, okay? I even told him here, Ryan Naimark, I said again in February, this is not the first time. I told him already, maybe twice since 2019, since retained. And here again in February 2020, I said, I did not sign a retainer with NICOLINI Law Firm for disability or wrongful dismissal cases. I waited 8 months without knowing anything about my cases, including the fact that statements of claims were filed in the court. This came to my attention in January 2019, 8 months after my termination of May 2018. Please feel free to pause and read. I'm giving him details, and especially maybe the bolded area, okay? Please feel free to pause and read. Thank you. As you can see, I was laying it out to Naimark Law. I was laying it out, everything, right? Because up to this point, I still have not met with the lawyer. Okay, I've not met with a lawyer, so I'm trying to ensure that he got everything covered. I just read like the bolded section here. It says, my family doctor misdiagnosed me. The physiotherapist, first rheumatologist, and insurance doctor all choose to record false information, which was provided to the MANULIFE insurance company and WSIB 2016-2018. Information recorded on paper, documented by the doctors, was not a true report of my physical state. Hence the reason I had to return to work to use my left hand only, okay? Please feel free to pause and read. And this section here this is regarding like the motor vehicle accident, right? I'm laying everything out, right? I said to Naimark, Ryan Naimark, I received a check in the amount of $3,400 for both accidents. As a matter of fact, I thought it was both. It was one accident. The other accident, the second accident, I got nothing for it, right? The first accident, only $3,400, right? From Aviva Auto Insurance. This amount was less than the loss on my 2-year-old Honda CR-V, which was over $4,000 confirmed by Honda Canada. I went to Honda and understated that if I should sell my car, right, I would not have gotten the amount for it. And if I sold my car, I would have to still pay the difference. So I would have been without a car and still paying car payment, Okay? I was scared to drive my vehicle after 2 consecutive accidents. Mr. Naimark, you had suggested that I cash the check. Then you would sue for the difference. If I should cash this check, how would I receive the difference when the system recorded that I have fibromyalgia? I am uncomfortable in cashing the check. Therefore, please advise. Did you receive the final information from Aviva Insurance? It is now 6 months, almost 7 months, and I have not been thoroughly examined by any medical doctor, the hospital, or anyone who cares. Didn't I lay it out there? Wow. Then I stated here I was looking forward to speak with a psychiatrist, continue to see a doctor for my injuries, and continue physiotherapy, but I currently do not trust the medical system here in Canada. All right? Feel free to pause and read the entire information here if you wish. Okay, thank you. And here again, it was 5 of 5. It was 5 pages, right? Here I indicated, Mr. Naimark, as I've informed you earlier about my medical report for the Ministry of Health, my medical report is incorrect. The letter that came to my house directly requested by Benjamin Law Firm came from the Ministry of Health. That was manipulated to confuse my cases. By the way, Dr. Malik had recorded on his report that my injury of 2016 is now flexor tendonitis and not decubitus tendonitis. No wonder everyone is confused. Okay, and let's see here, doctors. That's it here. I had a report also the doctors. Okay, another attachment here, Naimark law. So here, if you can read it, doctors did me wrong. Lost trust in the Canadian medical system. Okay, please feel free to read. Okay, if you can. Okay, this is the other document that I did show you on the previous slide. Okay. This is it, Naimark law doc. I actually have been putting this together since November. Okay, period December after I saw Naimark law, when I left his office there. Okay, December to January there. Okay, so I've included this, and then I said, thank you for meeting with me on Saturday, November 23rd, 2019. To discuss my concerns. He said meeting in November 2020 scheduled for 6 p.m. waited for an hour. Okay, so this was after the meeting and I started putting this together. He said, when I left your office, I realized that I was still confused about the disability claim that was filed within the court on my behalf. NICOLINI law at earlier November 2019, right, confirmed that WSIB and LTD, long-term disability claims, could not be litigated at the same time. It is either one or the other. So you can already see that NICOLINI law firm did me wrong, because they had WSIB and then says gonna file long-term disability. And yeah, I tell you. So now he's telling me to tell my new lawyer that both cannot be done. He has WSIB and this lawyer now has long-term disability. Anyway, you just see the deception. You know that these lawyers weren't doing right by me. It says here, I have exhausted all my funds and I've been borrowing from others to pay my bills. Oh my God. Anyway, it's stated here, because it's now 2020, I got fired in 2018. Okay. I said I was, it's stated here, May 2020, I will be exactly 2 years since my dismissal without any prior knowledge of the amounts litigated or what the statement of claims entailed. I was scheduled to have a long-term disability examination for discovery on August 16, 2019 with Benjamin Law, which would have allowed clarity of the long-term disability statement of claim. However, due to both car accident of July 2019 and August 2019, and all my cases were transferred to your firm to be reviewed in May 2020. Okay, while waiting, Is it possible to provide a summary of what my claims entail so that I could confirm if I agree? Please advise on the content of the statement of claim. Okay, and here please feel free to pause and read. Okay, I'm just gonna scanning through and go. All right, at this point I'm gonna read this section here. It says, I did not retain NICOLINI law, disability, or wrongful dismissal claims. Okay, you see the amount of time that this, I think this is the third time now I'm telling Ryan Naimark, right, that I had not retained NICOLINI law firm for wrongful dismissal or long-term disability claims. Okay, sent in January. Okay, it's continued. I was laying everything out there for Ryan Naimark. Okay, I also told him about Benjamin law firm. All right, and about the examination for discovery and all that, and that it was going to be 6 months. 6 months. It says, on July 12, 2019, I received a letter from the law firm advising of a scheduled examination for discovery on August 16, 2019, 6 months since retained, right? And then here, I'm telling Naimark law about SAMFIRU TUMARKIN law. Retained, it should have been March 28th, I think, 2019. I retained SAMFIRU TUMARKIN law for wrongful dismissal. So I'm laying everything out there because this was February and I had not retained. I have not sat with this lawyer, I have not sat with this lawyer, okay, to discuss any of my cases or even say phone call. COVID was 2020, but COVID didn't exist at this point in time. Maybe tax existed from what I heard, but it was not a threat at this point in time, right? So I could have met with the lawyer and we didn't meet at all. Okay, please feel free to pause and read if you can. Okay, thank you. I told him also about the Canadian Human Rights. I told him about the Canadian Labour Board. And then I indicated here, I was retained by your company, Naimark Law, on July 11, 2019. I'm giving a lowdown. I'm telling him this is the entire thing, because this lawyer, up to February 2020, he has not met with me, so I'm pouring my heart out here, right? I talk about my the family doctor, the new family doctor, and NICOLINI law. November 2019. I said, prior to the above date, the last time I saw or spoke with the lawyer was in November 2018, when I made an appointment with the firm to discuss the reason my WSIB claim was suspended in October 2018. Okay, feel free to I guess it was maybe for something else, because I remember going to his office, I think it was October 31st, I think. Okay, please feel free to pause and read.